Hello, hello. What's happening? How is everyone this week? I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. I'm in Northern California, and it's a little it's trying to kind of rain sprinkle. It's been like this for a couple days. It's succeeding a little bit. Mostly it's just cloud cover, and it's alternating between humid and muggy and then chilly. Yeah, so it's annoying my fibromyalgia. My garden's very happy though. I just planted my garden. I got 4 different tomato plants, all different kinds. I've got tons of green beans, like I don't know, 10 plants. I've got lettuce going that I pick the little baby leaves all summer long and make fresh salad. I got 3 different kinds of peppers. And I don't even remember what else. And flowers to attract pollinators. And I'm going to have more. So hands up. I love gardening in the summer. It is my favorite thing. I am Lucinda. I have taken that off my banner because my channel is Fantastic Finds. Vintastic, excuse me. It's a play on fantastic, vintage. Vintastic Finds. So I was like, well, let's take my name out. It only allows 50 characters and put my email just in case, people get confused. And that's very important. Hi, Chu. How's it going? So anyways, I'm a little bit of a fibro flare, which means that, I feel a little dizzy and I can get a little brain fog. I know that there's been a big channel on with some big names over there. Doing a selling rally all day. And I'm sure there's some other people on that are friends of mine. There's no way to avoid it. But I hope some of y'all come over here. Today is, I'm about to need to get more hand lotion. Tuesdays are always my what didn't sell last week with items added in. Lower end, but fun, fabulous. You don't have to worry about losing it. Funky costume jewelry. And if you love costume jewelry like I do, then that's why you're here. And if you want the high-end sterling silver, hi Kathy, high-end sterling silver, gold, semi-precious stones, or just the more intriguing, maybe like I have a piece over here of Austrian crystal. I have a rock crystal with matching earrings. Very old, very freaking fabulous. I have lots of Juliana earrings. I have a piece that is beautiful olive green wooden beads with tiger's eye pieces in between. Then tiger's eye wrapped mother of pearl circle pendant. And that kind of stuff comes on Thursdays and Fridays. So I have the higher end, but Tuesdays are for clearance. Tuesdays are for affordable day. So that's what we do on Tuesdays, and it's all buy it now. I'm not going to have Tuesdays be anything anymore but buy it now. I'm not going to add in some higher end or, I'm just going to do buy it nows and go boom, boom, boom. Pull it up. Maybe give you a measurement, those things, because that's important. And just truck on through. And do excuse me, I spoke about having, the rain and the fibro because it makes my head fuzzy. How are you, Kathy? I hope you're doing well. So I do 2-week build-up boxes of jewelry, mostly vintage costume, but also some semi-precious sterling silver, etc. And this is the beginning of week 2. I then bill out. By the middle, I finish of week 3 and hopefully get it shipped out at the end of that week. So if you're ever here and you want something right away because it's for a gift, you want to wear it somewhere, you just want it, you don't think you're coming back, that's fine. Email me at mscwalker@att.net and tell me, and I will get the invoice out right at the end of the sale, and I can ship Monday through Friday. And so, there's my post office is not open on Saturday. Hi, Barb. Hello. If you buy it now today, or you come back on Thursday or Friday when I do my middle and higher end costume and other jewelry, and I don't know you, by the end of the sale, I need your YouTube name, your real name with shipping address and zip code, and your PayPal email address at mscwalker@att.net by the end of the sale. Otherwise, it goes back up for sale another day. I'm in Northern California, so that'll give you an idea about shipping, but it's jewelry, so it's not as bad because shipping prices have gone up. But because it's jewelry and it generally doesn't weigh as much, it's not something we need to worry about as much. But it has gone up because, the Strait of Hormuz is blocked. So, and the post office put on a freight service charge. So there you go. Even though I use pirate ship to save on shipping, it's still gone up by, I would say, about $1.50. And that's like when it's around, just in ounces up to a pound. So I don't know after that. Did I miss anything? I don't think I did. But so just do remember, and you can go back and look, that my middle and high end is Thursdays and Fridays. And this Friday, I'm not going to do much of a chat in sale because I did a really deep, long talk last Friday. And I feel like that's enough for 2 weeks at least. Okay. So this Friday is just pretty much going to be a sale. And I know times are hard. I know we're struggling, all of us. So I got it. I know it. I'm watching all of my reseller friends struggle. All businesses struggling. Geez, just buying groceries, putting gas in the tank of our cars is like, starting to feel panicky, right? All right. So I do not do recaps either. So if you come in late, you're going to need to go backwards. And I'll say that every once in a while and see what you missed. And then if you're interested, drop it in the chat and tell me what the price was. I usually remember, and I have help. I have Kathy over there is a part of my brain trust. Sorry. I did that thing where I opened the flavored water with all the carbonation and I didn't wait for the bubbles to settle. And then it was like, am I going to burp? What's going on? I don't know. So I bring things in no particular order. I have a box full of tons of stuff next to me and I just pull it up and we just go. So here we go. Let's go. Y'all ready? Okay. Let's do this first. I love this. It is more modern for sure, but I think it's fun as heck. And I do put in a description. I do put in a description. I do put that on my screen. Trust is a minimal word. Well, Kathy, you're pretty good at helping my brain stay trustworthy. And you have been for years. Thank you for that. So this is newer, but it's been around for a little while. I can tell by the wear. So I'm thinking mid 2000s Look at this owl. Those are plastic. That is not, there you go, light. Thank you. Those are plastic inset. Ooh, look at my hands are shaky. That is weird. Yeah, it's just fibro. I just love him though. He's layered. Look at the back. And then he's a hinged cuff. And he fits me. And I am a 7.25. So he just fits me right here. All the way up like this. So I think a size 7 or a size 6.75 would be a better fit. You could push it. See, it's got that little bit of room. And because of his, ear feathers is really what these are. They help and they are part of his ears. That's what I would go with. $10. It's like a brass color. Barb. Sold to Barb. Isn't he fabulous? I figured he'd go. So Barb is in for 10, sold to Barb. I love him, Barb. I could not resist. I was like, he's pretty modern, but man, I loves him. Thank you, Barb. You love him, and he's an owl. I hear owls all night long. Here, seriously, starting at about an hour before sunset. Yeah, starting about an hour before sunset, and then all night until dawn. I have an owl. He's either over here in a grove, down there in my eucalyptus grove, and he lands on the roof all night long. And I suspect when he's up on the roof, he is looking for prey and eating it. There's burn piles still being done by my husband outside, and he said he watched a bluebird swoop down and get a mouse yesterday. Circle of life. Okay, I have a lot. Let's go. These are really cool. Depending on, your thought. I love plastic. You like these plastic 1960s pierced earrings? I freaking love them. Hello, Becky. How's it going? How is it going? What did I pull up? Oh, and I literally knew, see, this is where my fibro is going to be a problem today. I literally knew it wasn't glass. And then knowing that, I typed in glass. Yeah. That's what's going to happen today. So I will catch it. I will always explain myself. I do know what I'm doing. How is everyone today? How are you today, Barb? Oh, Becky helps my brain as well. So these are fabulous. These are glass. I mean, there we go. See, these are plastic. Look at that. And they're really old vintage. Look at the cap. And then this, I believe this is actually a glass blue rhinestone. It's a much darker blue. Oh, nice, Becky. This is a much darker blue. It's really nicely cut. See the cap? It is a clip-on. They're very lightweight. It's in really good shape. Plastic, but that's glass. And I'll tell you what I think about this. I don't think this was originally went with this because this is plastic and this is glass. I think someone married it. But quite frankly, I don't care. I think it's beautiful, and out in the light, it sparkles just like a real stone. Look at that. And it's over there. So it's about 2 inches long, and the cuff is staying on my ear just fine. $6. And if nothing else, here's another thing. I always say this. You can, right here, you can take needle nose pliers, undo that, take this off, and put this on a earring wire. And then put something, just bend it over nicely, and then put something else that's blue on right there. And then the fact of the matter is, if these don't sell at a buy it now of 6, which is extremely low because these are probably 1960s, if not 50s, I will do it myself. So you have 48 hours to claim items. And then I reserve the right to do whatever I want. I just bought, oh my Lord, I just bought, oh, Barb, you're sneak attacking me, Barb. Barb is like, don't do that. Barb, I've told you that story that I had a really good friend for 2 years who every single time I put an item down, I would turn around and there was the bid every time after I had put it down. And I figured out she was doing it on purpose just to keep me on my toes. I miss her. So you are now my sneak attack. I enjoy it. Thank you, Barb. And thank you for saving these. If you know how to use needle nose pliers, you got a potential 2 for 1. I really miss Noelle. Anyone else remember Noelle, Becky, and Kathy? Kathy, you know Noelle. I know she's still on IG, but she's not here. And she probably is like, overwhelmed. She has more than enough of everything she needs. But man, I miss her. Yeah, Becky, right? I really, and she's just so lovely. And I know the last time I don't go on IG anymore. I did for a long time to promote my business in the beginning, but I don't anymore. And I peeked on there, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, and I saw that she was still posting pictures of her jewelry collection. Oh, Kathy, I never go on anymore. Please tell her that I said hi. I mean, and it's reasonable at some point to have collected enough jewelry and to do something else. So this, I don't know how well it's showing up. I feel like it's showing up in a really bad way. It also is very directional. Okay, I have it correct. All right, so first off, this is a brooch. These are purplish, turquoise, blue, and pink seed beads. Really cool. Oh, good. Excellent. And I think this was handmade by someone. It is a rose. These are the stamens. These are the petals. It's really big. It is just not showing itself well at all on camera. But I think on a jean jacket, this would be awesome. It's large, and it's really camera shy. And I figured this would be something that might be a little bit hard to sell because I don't think it shows very well on camera. I think these were like a hobbyist thing in the 80s. So $8 beaded. It's about 3 inches across by probably 2.5 inches wide, and it is a rose. And these are the outside petals, and this is the bud with the stamens. And when it lies flat on a jacket, it's really pretty. It's just, it doesn't show well. Okay, but it's here if you change your mind. Yeah, but definitely tell Noelle that I say hi, because I just, with everything in my life, it does look bat-like. See, that's the problem, but it's a rose. It's not, it's very camera shy. Bat-like. I know that was actually, I had to, when I first got it, I had to figure out what is it. And at first I was like, what? And then I looked closer and I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. Okay, this is fun. This has no markings. It has a copper back, and it does glow like crazy under a black light. I'll show you. So I'm going with 80s, 90s, probably 90s, but maybe because it glows, I'll show you, maybe earlier. Those are all plastic except for the rhinestones. I'll show you the back, and this is very much a India look, and very much kind of like a wedding or a fancy occasion, but inexpensive jewelry. Here is the back. They're very well done. There's nothing chintzy. They're really lightweight. And I love the movement. So let me show you, just because it's fun, the glow. I mean, this is something I would wear all day long. So here are these. I'm pretty sure this is the right piece. Yep. See how it becomes green? It doesn't become purple. It becomes green. See the piece over on the left, or maybe it's your right. I don't know. So that's generally an indication that it's lucite. So while I'm sitting here talking about the 80s, 90s, they could be older than that, because it's generally the lucite plastic that glows. And these would match what I'm wearing. These are about the same length as what I'm wearing. About 2.25 inches. Super lightweight, really fun. They're just fun. A lot of costume jewelry I have is fun. So I don't do recaps. So if you come in late and you're interested, well, what else did she bring that was so inexpensive? Take a peek back in time and then come back and drop in the chat what you're interested in. I love this piece, but I love plastic, fantastic plastic, and I still need to put that together. And I just know that even though I love plastic, most people, unless it's very inexpensive because it's more modern, it's plastic, are not going to buy it. So this is made to look like an opal. It's got the silver flecking on the inside. Opal or a moonstone, but you see the pink iridescence, opalescent like. This is like cherry beads, the yellow with the white swirl. This is supposed to be like a druzy. It's just a flat part. And then there's a little gold leaf. Here is the tie clip. Now, it's very tight. You could use it in your hair, but again, I would put something soft on it, or put it on a bobby pin, or put it like I have my hair up currently. You could put it on your kerchief or on a scrunchie. You don't want to put it straight in your hair. And then, because the teeth are too, so there you go. Look, green. Totally different color. The druzy won't do that, but see. So again, even though to me this seems much newer, it could have been one of those pieces in the 1970s sold at, your local pharmacy. Does it have a name on it for $1? I don't even know why I care, but I'm always learning. I'm building a bag. I got to get one of these with a flashlight. I have a list of things to buy. Okay, so it's $1. This may go into my, I'm building a bag of, wearable jewelry that I wind up selling for, a couple dollars an item or less. Usually less. Usually ends up being about 50 cents an item. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for looking. Thank you for giving me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Each and every one of you. Oh, and this is made by Express. It has a hang tag. So that could be anywhere from the late 90s. I'm not sure. I think they're still around. They made it in the vintage style. Oops. So Tuesdays is when I buy in lots. This is not my, my typical and only at all costume. This is more like selling at the flea market item for me back in the day. But I love this interlocking chain. I think it's called Key or starts with a B. I forgot. Not Berlin. And then, so the extension is about 1 inch. Lobster claw. Really fine, beautiful chain. Then it comes down to these glass AB coated. Hold on, let me look at it. Glass AB coated metal spacers. There's no rhinestones. This is dyed howlite. It's easier for me to show it like this. Let me let the computer catch up. Okay, this is dyed howlite, made to look like turquoise. Here's another piece. So no one but you is going to know. And it comes down to this dangle. No one but you is going to know that it is not turquoise. And look at the end piece. Look at the finial cap on there. Again, I want to give the computer a chance to catch up. It very much looks like individually soldered sterling silver pieces. They're little flowers. So very fancy. And then this is the bottom. And this is a darker green piece. Let me show it all together. I know that was confusing. Let me do it again. See, look at how that looks sterling silver. I did not test this because it says express. And it's not turquoise, it's howlite. So I am assuming it's not sterling silver, but I didn't test it. And I have to say that people will think it is. This piece is resin. But this, hold on, I felt these. Ooh. Nope. I felt this. I tapped it. I put it up to my cheek. Everything felt like stone. So now it's acrylic. See, it's express. So I just dropped the price to $4. $4. It's not even dyed howlite, so I'm not going to do that. It is going to be a drop about right here. Maybe right here. It's going to be about 18 inches. About 18 inches. And it's a great custom jewelry piece. It is a great custom jewelry piece. I am going to go ahead and put it back in a bag now because if nobody winds up claiming it, I mean, I would wear this, you know. I'm wearing my plastics today. Some of them have so much. If nobody buys it, I might bring it back at a lower price, or it might go into my build-a-bag, or, you know, I have several build-a-bags, and I only bring them occasionally. Let's see. I'm heavy on a lot of items today. Let's do. So remember, this is like what didn't sell and new items that I put in here. Let's do both of these together. If I can spell. Sometimes it's hard for me to spell. Okay, I showed these. I've shown these a couple times. Probably 80s. Gold tone wishbone with white rhinestones pierced. They are, there goes my computer. It's deciding to cooperate. They're about a little over half an inch. They are vintage. They are pierced. Those are likely the original postbacks. And with them come a pair of the type of earrings that I really like, this style of closure. It's very safe and secure on your ear. These are modern. Little inset. Those are not blue. Those are clear rhinestones. I don't know why they're showing up blue. I hope that's just on my screen. And then a black plastic drop with what looks like, you know, it's just supposed to look like filigree work, but it's just faux wire. And those, again, are clear. You got a teenager, $3. 2 pairs. Hi, Kat. How's it going? So, $3 for both. How are you, Kat? I hope, just listen. Don't get in any trouble driving. Be careful. Are you going or coming from any place fun? And don't text that unless you're like at a stoplight and you know that you have time. Tell me another day. I sent you photos of our matching milk glass vases. Mine is up over back there. It's kind of hiding now. Next to the other decanter that I think either you or Sabrina sold me. Yeah. Then I got a pink perfume bottle collection on top. I've been doing so many, changing this and changing that, and this is a good one. This is an old one, and this is a lovely one, and it is definitely $10. Oh, yep. Tell mom I said hi. I I spent I spent a lot of times at doctor's appointments. I came to know all the good cafes and all the good stops for drinks and coffees and snacks. My dad always wanted the tater tots. So this, all right. So this is not vintage. It is very well done. I'm sure, I can't be positive, but I'm pretty dang sure that it is a hobbyist piece and not mass produced just because of the nature of it. It is this beautiful baby blue with the bright yellow sunflower. I mean, how more appropriate for summer can you get? It is loomed. There's the thread. This is beautiful. This makes me want the sunflowers to start growing. I did not, but see here, the way this is clamped on the edges with this, that says not vintage. And that's fine. It is a little over a 1-inch extender. Your basic lobster claw closure. I did not plant any sunflowers in my garden this year. I did last year, and all the birds came and all of that, but they're heavy feeders, and my tomatoes didn't do very well, and I think it's because the sunflowers were pulling all the nutrients. Look how nice that is. And this on me, with the extender, I could drop it all the way down to here. So this is going to fit, I'm a 7.25. With the extender, it will fit up to a 7.5, or without the extender, it would fit 7.25 to a 7. A 7 is a lady's medium. Isn't it lovely? I love it. I did, my garden box was fixed and it was moved further closer to the sun, and I've had all this tree work done, and so this cannot go lower than this price, and it won't be going in a bag that's a lot to sell. Instead, I'll just wind up listing it for more than 10. I can't lower it. Yeah, I have the garden boxes fixed. I have all these fantastic plants growing now. I'm going to get more. I've got flowers. I've got to get my scabiosas going in there. I've got purple pollinator attractors, you name it. Yep, I am. And that, with my back, God, that was no easy feat. No easy feat at all to get that going, but I did. Oh, okay. This is one of the, this is a good one. And it's okay. They were my mom's. And I did not check if I'm going to do a short, Kathy, about my garden, because in the summer I like to do videos and share my garden with y'all. Thank you for asking. There's because I live in this small valley, there's several organic farms and luxury hotel that has its own garden. And so right now is the time when everyone is selling their plant starts. So I've got a lot of those. Oh yeah, that like almost like the horse troughs. Yes, Kathy. So these are probably 1980s hematite heart and heart spacer or just bead top, and then the silver tone spacer. And I did not check if anything on here was sterling. However, these were a present to my mother from someone. And so since they were a present, I kind of think they were back in the 80s. Probably that's likely sterling silver right there. But sterling silver didn't cost that much in the 80s. It just wasn't as big of a deal. I mean, it cost something, but nothing like it does today. So they're just sweet, dainty little earrings. They are, I'll give you a measurement. For $10. These are, and I do have a dyed hemalite necklace. It's enhanced. It's got pinks and I think some blues. It would go lovely with these. They're 1.5 inches long. So if you were interested in these and then the more higher end necklace, I could bring that up, but they would go really well together. Fact of the matter is, if no one buys these, I am going to put them together. So I'm just going to put them to the side because that's what's going to happen. Because I'm seeing how sales are not going. I see that everyone is here. All the cool kids are hanging out at all the cool places. But sales? It's a little tough. Well, it's a lot tough. If I'm being honest, it's a lot tough. There's not much I could do about it. Not much anyone can do about it unless I was, the president of the United States. and I could do something about it. But I am not, and nor do I want to be. Woo, talk about a job. What would I want to call this? Browns. Geode. There are a few things I'm bringing today that, I could be asking more than I am. But I don't like to bring on Tuesdays only. I'd like to bring some deals. Let's go back to that. I like to bring you some deals. So this, I sold a set to Barb in purple, and she didn't want this one. So this is a lone wolf, but it's like a geode. Look at in there. This is beautiful. Oh, look at there. It's got lines inside. That makes me very curious about it. Is that not cool? This is gorgeous. You know, it's got lines in it. Can you all see that? I don't know if the purple ones did or not. See the lines going round and round? That's really... And obviously the plastic was like pulled kind of in a rod, but then what's with the lines? I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Karen. How are you? I love this. This is really, really good price for this. Welcome in, Karen. This is my low end, clear it out. What didn't sell? Nothing's more than $10. Buy it now. Tuesdays. Thursdays and Fridays are my medium and high end days. How are you, honey? So it fits me. So it's a 7.25. And I think you could comfortably take it down to a 7. And this, yeah. This is one of those things that's a deal. Oh, yes. Yes, you do. Oh, I really want to know. Please do that, because there's a lot that's gone on that, I just don't talk about. So I'll honor this price. I don't want to talk about it here publicly, but if you wanted any information, I would tell you. But I try not to do that unless, like you did, you really need to, and thank you for speaking up. So this will not come back at $10. And let's see if it glows. But I thought, like I said, yes, it does. It's lucite, which I knew, but I just wanted to confirm. So I try to bring good deals. You see how, look at that. It's black. Now it's green. This is a fun and beautiful piece. It looks like you're wearing glass. Okay. I'll honor the price for 48 hours. There's my email, Karen. Because I don't know if I've registered with you, because I haven't bought anything. So yeah, that could be an issue. And if Kathy Wiseman, is it possible, my trust brain moderator friend, could you put Karen's Vintage of Montreal's link in the chat? She has some outstanding stuff. That would be really awesome. So let's do another plastic piece. These are fun. Thank you, Kathy. No problem. Circle of friends. That's what I do. I mean, we all sell the same, but also totally different things. And I think there's room for all of us. So I've always been that way. Way before, back when I was just, selling both jewelry and mostly household kitsch and glass and ceramics and, all of that 2.5 years ago. So these are fun. They're obviously more modern, but they are lightweight. They have movement. They have never been worn, as witnessed by how these have not been squeezed down to fit someone's ear comfort. They are kind of like an olive green. Thank you, Kathy. Karen has very classy, that's how I would call it, very classy, kind of elegant items, along with fun costume, and she really knows her stuff. So these are not shoulder dusters, but much closer. I would say they're 2.5 inches long. Oh, and yes, Cat. Thank you for dropping Cat's link. Okay, again, honoring the price for 48 hours. And I don't do recaps, so if you come in late and, you think you might have missed out on something because it's all very low prices. A lot of the items are worth what I'm asking, and a lot of them are worth a lot more, or at least some more. So, give it a look-see. See what you think. I love this. I do not. This is another one that I'm bringing that, quite frankly, I believe it's worth $30 as a costume piece. I've shown it a couple times and people have not shown interest, so I'm gonna bring it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 8. Now 8 chain snake. How would I describe that? Boy, it takes longer sometimes for me to describe something than to sell it. And today is fast paced. So, it's not because it's lower prices. So and I've shown it before. So I don't spend lots of time in detail going over everything. This is, I believe this is a 1980s piece. It could be 90s. That's about a 2.5 inch extender on a lobster claw. It has 8 chains on each side. And they are snake chains. They are rolled snake chains. I can see that one piece right there. Right in the middle. Excuse me, could use a cleaning cloth, but in general, I did clean the tarnishing and it's not tarnished at all. Now, it is a little tangled. It just did that. It was not tangled. Hold on. There you go. So this, I'm not even taking the time to put things on the bust. So here you go. You got 8 chains. And you come up, and there is what I'm calling kind of a enhancer. The piece in the middle slides. And then there's a plain chain, and then the piece in the middle slides. And there's a plain chain, etc., etc. 8 with 4 of the slides. This piece is so cool. Look at it if it was on. I know I'm holding it funny, but it tangles so easily. Let me unhook it and put it on. $10. Honestly, if I had this in a store, I would be asking $30. It's not sterling silver, but it's fabulous. Unfortunately, my shirt is baggy and I have this brooch that it wants to catch on. But look at all the movement. If this was on right, and then these slide. This is so good. And snake chain, it's all rolled snake chain. So it is, without the extender, it is about 24 inches. It is. Talk about fun. I mean, look at it. I don't know why no one else is entranced by this. I am mesmerized by this costume jewelry piece. Imagine if it was all sterling silver. Holy bejesus, right? It's gorgeous. It's absolutely. Think about your t-shirt in the summer or your little sundress and wearing this with some actual sterling silver earrings. No one's going to know the difference. It is so much fun. Pamela! Hi, Pamela. How's it going? Well, Pamela, it is yours. I love this. It does, Pamela, these things like to go around each other and tangle. So when it gets to you, you'll have to unloop it. Okay, just a heads up. And I'm going to put it in a bag in a second because it's got so many components. I love it. I'm so glad it's going to you. How are you, Pamela? Let me get a bag. And everyone's box is out. Oh, except yours, Pamela. Pamela, except yours. I have your box sitting over here, honey. I sent you a couple emails. Maybe you could check after the sale. Next time I'm going to the post office is maybe tomorrow. I'd like to go tomorrow because I have a sale Thursday and Friday. So, yeah. Let me see. Pamela, where's Pamela's bag? Pamela, where's her bag? This must be Pamela's. Pamela got the shoe. Yep, Pamela's bag. Okay, it's in a big old bag, but I'm here to tell you it's going to tangle when it's shipped. But it doesn't tangle like in knots. It just tangles. It just tangles. Okay. I'm going to do this piece. I found this really interesting. I was watching the resellers rally. And I learned something, I guess. Apparently there's the real puka shell necklaces out there are like trending, and there's people, on platforms asking $100 for them. And I was like, whoa, wow, really? I had no freaking idea so I was just mind blown. I was like, what? And apparently it's the real shells that wash up on the beach and have the little hole. And now I've seen those, and so I don't even know. This has been carved and cut down into circles. So if the requirement is that it's just the natural shell and it hasn't had anything done to it, then this would not be those. So I don't know. I have many of these. I've sold a lot of them in the shells, in the cut graduated sizes. And usually I would be asking $20 for these. These are really fabulous. They're from the 1970s. This is a great one. I have to say, calling it puka shell, and I'm going to hold to what I'm saying. I know it's older, but it's got a lot of sheen. in spots. I mean, right there, it just is looking shiny, but it's got this kind of sheen to it that is reminding me of, see, right down over here, almost like mother of pearl. I think that's just the luster from it being worn nonstop and never taken off back in the 70s. And usually these have a barrel clasp, so it's possible it was restrung. Pamela. And it is a shorty. These are about 14 inches. But the layering thing, the t-shirt thing, yep, this is a really nice. It's really nice. And it's been worn. It's just, everything is so smooth. And look at all that work they did to carve those into this tiny, almost like heshi or hishi beads. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really good one. And $8 is a good price. It's a really good price, especially after I was listening to that. And I was like, what? What the heck are we talking about? Oh, and look at that. Yeah, it was restrung because someone put, hold on, an extra little jump ring to make it a little bit longer to fit. Okay, so Pamela, you know where it is if you're interested in it. We'll take the $4. Oh. Oh, Pamela. So Pamela, you want these, and then I can address the rest of that. I'm very confused. Pamela, you don't have a PayPal account? Can I email you and we can talk about this? Because I've been billing you through PayPal for a long time. So my brain at this moment is completely confused by all of this. Maybe you always just check out as a guest or something. I don't know, because you're, so I'm going to email you because I'm confused. Which is not necessarily hard to do. So I'm going to email you. I am so confused. Oh no. I mean, yeah, I'm confused. I don't know. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm like, what? I got to move on. I don't know what to say. Oh, having fibromyalgia sucks, y'all. Your brain just goes like, whoop. Okay. I know, a lot of $10 items in a row. Sorry. But that's weird the way my... Oh, I see. Okay. Right. So you just check out as a guest. Totally got it. But so are you telling me that until I sent you a copy, PayPal never... Oh, because you don't have an account. PayPal never sent it to you, even though I put your email in? Yeah, but I put your email in, so they should be sending it to your email. Maybe not. Good Lord. Okay, so from now on, I'll try to remember that, and I will do the invoice, and then I'll send you the QR code. Because that clears up a whole lot on my end, because I'm like, Pamela buys from me all the time. This is not making any sense at all. What is going on? So I got it. Now I got it. Thank you, Becky. totally get it. I didn't get it because, I mean, Pamela, we've been doing business together for a long time. So now I get it. Okay, this is a loft piece. I have shown it a couple times, so I threw it in today. I know I'm heavy on the necklaces. And excuse my nails. I've had them covered in powder for about 5 years. And it's almost all gone. And they look crappy. But my nails are really strong underneath. And they need a break. So they look like crap right now. And that's okay. Loft. It is on this super thick snake chain. Really nice. I'm thinking 1980s. Oh, it even says, what's all this stuff that it says? You know, the whole time I've had this, I've never noticed all this yada yada on the clasp. But where's my loop to read the yada yada? There it is. Sorry. Anyone like my my Flemish geisha up there? Turn of the century pyrography. It is a geisha. It's Flemish. That's worth like $150. I found a bunch of those at an estate sale 2 years ago. Ann Taylor. It just says Ann Taylor around the outside. I never knew that. Wow. Okay. So it's an Ann Taylor. This is silver. It's a very thick chain. And then I have to get real clear because I've got so much lights in here. Okay. And then it goes down to this knot. I love this. This is silver and it's thick. It's not going anywhere. Silver tone goes down to gold knot. And then just plain at the bottom. So it has 2 gold knots here. Hold on. Yep. This is so, no, this is not right. There, it's asymmetrical. Okay, now I got it. Silver. Yep. I'd have to look. My eyes are bugging. Silver, gold tone, silver tone, gold tone, gold tone. And it's asymmetrical. And it's essentially opera length. It might be 28 instead of 30, but it's dang close. And it's super thick snake chain. This piece, I normally would be asking, and I was asking, I think around $18, $20 for this piece. And it may be worth more than that. She's a collectible name. This is a fabulous, fabulous necklace. And because layering is in right now, you could layer this like crazy. And I love the asymmetrical. Nope. Gets caught on my. So, nope. So, see, take opera length back. Fibromyalgia. Yep. Take opera length back. It's not 30 inches. That would be down to my belly button. But it is, I'm going to measure it because I'm guessing. But I'm pretty good at guessing since it comes down to right here. It's about 24 inches. And I just love the way it does this. And then to have this necklace on, imagine if it was gold and it was maybe right about here. And then you could put something else and remove the brooch from the whole equation. Isn't it great when you have like fibromyalgia and you have brain fog and your head hurts and you're over here trying to sell stuff and discuss it in the correct way and you're like saying everything wrong. It's amazing how I survive life. This is so cool. I mean, honestly, if someone doesn't claim this today or in the next 48 hours, I think I might keep it for a while, if not forever. I'm really attracted to the style of it. Yeah, it's 16. That's impossible. It's about 20 inches long on each side. Yep. And I mean it. I think I'm going to wind up keeping it if someone doesn't want it. The asymmetrical, wearing a summer dress or just a light tank top in the summer with the thick rolled snake chain and just some really simple small stud earrings. Yeah. It's a going back here, and we'll see if someone changes their mind and comes in. So I don't do recaps if anyone is here and is interested in what I already brought. Sorry, fussy, everything hurts today. Please put your speed on double time and go back to the beginning. Today is Tuesday's our bargain day. Tuesdays are bargain day. Thursdays and Fridays are medium and high end. Costume and semi-precious. You know what's really interesting for all of you StreamYard YouTube people? Everything that I've brought up on screen and highlighted, when I take it back, it's like grayed out. And all the rest of your comments are normal, black text. I've never seen that before. Weird. It's very weird. This is something's happening in StreamYard most likely. I love these. It's tagging off of a very old style of everything animalistic. There you go. Thank you, computer. These are snakes with rhinestones and black rhinestone eyes, coiled with their little tails. I don't think they're poisonous, but if you want to think that they are and that you're wicked, that's okay too. These are modern, but they're definitely playing on the older style. They are pierced, the older, everything animalistic. They are pierced, and do these have the double or the, yeah. So these have the big old plastic backs. Someone just stuck those on there. They're not that huge. You don't need the big plastic backs. Small little metal ones would be fine. I love these. Now, these would look great with that knotted Ann Taylor because these are gold and they are coiled. These would be perfect, but Barb has just bought them. Barb, these would be perfect. They're about an inch long. These would be perfect with that necklace because they're coiled and the necklace is coiled. And they're not too imposing with the necklace. So thank you, Barb. Just a hint. Because I was literally thinking in that moment, I was like, oh, if no one buys these, I'm going to take them and put them with the knotted necklace when I wear it. And then, Barb, you came in and bought them. Barb, You just take all my toys. Thank you, Barb. These are fun. These are really fun. Thank you. Thank you for purchasing them. They are fun. You see everything? Becky, have you been having that issue lately? Where things are graying out after you put it up and you bring it back on the screen? Is it grayed out today? Have you been on today? I think you were on today. There was a resellers rally that I was at. So if you were on, I apologize. I was not there. I often am there, Becky, if you're still here. I often am there in the background. You just don't know it because sometimes I'm working or I'm doing something and I just, I don't say anything. Oh, I just got a, so Becky, if you're here, she might be gone to a sale. She is one busy lady. Whoops, I did. I just got a hair in my eye. You can see it. I have such long eyelashes. I hope it's gone. I hope it's gone and I can't see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about different platforms like that. Oh, nope, I still have the hair. I've been hearing a lot about different platforms because people are not liking different things that StreamYard is doing. I haven't had a problem with StreamYard, but then I'm on by myself, so I don't know. These are just great. They have tons of movement. I believe these were hand done, hand wire wrapped. They're older. They have lots of movement. The mother of pearl is thin. It's definitely older. Little discs. So these are really light. See the yellow in there? The yellowing. They've been around out in the air for a little while. One is longer than the other. They are just, again, summer fun. And these are, I'm going to measure them because I want to be sure that when I'm holding them up that I am telling you, I need to stop putting my ruler away, that I am telling you the right length. Oh, wow, Becky. Okay. Thank you for that feedback. I appreciate that. These are 2¼ inches long. And really, actually, no, that's not true. They're 2½ inches, a little over 2½ inches from where the earring wire goes in. 2½ inches long. Yes, Kathy, on Vamp, on whatnot. See that? These are just gorgeous and they weigh nothing. So if you have older ears and in the summer, boom. Yeah, many people are using Vamp, whatnot, knickknacks. etc. A lot of resellers. And I don't want to do that. I already do 3 live sales a week with, my couple physical chronic conditions, yeah, and eBay is doing live now too because they're late in the game to catching up on that one. I don't want to do another live sale on another platform. If I do another live sale, I'm discussing with a friend who is here that maybe we could do like a once a month with other resellers, and just do a longer thing. And so I'm discussing that. And then I'm going to start listing, this month I'm opening up an Etsy store, and I'm going to start listing on my store because there's so much competition. And I'm approved for knickknacks. I'm approved for whatnot. I just have never bothered. I mean, while I was a caregiver for both my parents for the last 5 years, I didn't have time for doing all that. And now that, I have health conditions and I'm doing my own channel 3 times a week, I can't do it. I'm only one person. I'm only one person. Okay. Look, I don't understand why nobody was interested in this. I mean, maybe it's not a thing anymore. People already have what they love. I mean, we get attached to, to what we like. I've had the same setup for years and I add little things to it and yada, yada. So, I get it. But graduation's happening, Mother's Day's happening. This is probably plated sterling silver keychain. I do have 2 of them. I have tested it. It is absolutely sterling silver, but I think it's plated. It is heavy, and that's the other reason why I think that, because this piece, the heart, is pretty heavy, and I can't imagine it would be 100% sterling silver. In addition, here's the key ring. Oh, this one isn't showing it. This one has never been used, but one that looks like it had a key go through it seemed to have a little bit of wear where it looked like copper. Is this one? Let me look at it with my loop. God, I gotta stop putting these things. I put them back in the same place every time, and that's a bad idea. No, that's almost more like just vermeil. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was thinking this was plated, but now I'm thinking it may be solid sterling silver all the way around. I want to show you what I was looking at. See right there? I was thinking that was copper, but now when I look at it, it actually looks more gold, which says to me this might be vermeil 925. So I don't know anymore. Y'all may be getting a screaming deal. Because this is heavy. I do not know. And I did an image search. I didn't find these out there. So $10 sterling silver keychain. Graduation, Mother's Day, the whole thing. And you could, what kind of jump ring is this on? It is on a jump ring that with a lot of work, but see, this is sterling too. You could undo and then just put the heart on something else, but I wouldn't. I mean, I would not. It is about the heart itself, the chains down to the bottom of the heart is about 2.5 inches, and then just your standard keychain. Yep. I have 2 of them. Let me know if anyone's interested. I think it's pretty cool. And I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to do an image search again and see if I can't figure out who the heck the maker is. Okay. Sorry, I left a few items in the bag. I usually take everything out of the bag because I hate that noise. I think it's really annoying. So, and a lot of this stuff I keep grabbing is actually coming up at 10, and I'm sorry. I do have some items that I brought that, have just been $1 or so, but here you go. That is just what's happening. I think it's agate and ... This is another. I'll let you determine what it is. I'll let you determine because, and I suspect, okay, it's a pendant. It's a pendant. On the table, it looked like, see, this is just my brain on fibromyalgia. On the table, it looked like a clasp, and I was like, that doesn't make any freaking sense at all. So it's a very long pendant. I will close that more. I didn't make this. This is very opalescent, and it is cut and carved. It is like it's like a mauve or a violet, but dark with gray, and then it's opalescent. I don't know what that stone is. It is not agate. It is something else. I don't know what it is. I wish I did. And then this is a beautiful cut light in here. It's because it's cloudy. It's the first time I've sold in here with it being cloudy. That has the slightest yellow. So it's possible it's citrine. I'm getting my Presidium at the end of the month. It's possible it's citrine. It is wire wrapped. It looks like gold wire to me. And then it comes down to this piece of agate. And see the wire wrapping. Obviously an artisan piece. And I do have, and then it's over here on a rod. I wish there is never a good way to show. There's the colors. See that? I suspect this might be, it's not clear glass, and it's nicked on the sides just a little bit. In the top stone, I have no idea at all. Does anyone know what that top stone is? With the opalescent and the mauve, it's not dyed, and it's carved. Anyway, it's a pendant for a necklace. It's about 3 inches long. It's absolutely beautiful. If you wanted this on it's heavy. If you wanted this on a gold chain, that would make a whole different thing going on. But one could put it on. Hold on. I could put it on something like this herringbone, gold-plated, electroplated chain. But it would be an additional cost. This right here would be an additional. It's a very long one. So you'd have a long, hold on if I could get it right. You'd have a long setup like that. This would be an additional $20. And if nobody buys this, that's what I'm going to do. And it's a big enough pendant that you could fit this not on a torque. A torque would be too thick unless it was very slender, but you could fit it on almost any chain you want, but it would need to be a solid, pretty heavy chain. And I don't even know that herringbone would be right because it might tangle, but I could find a chain. So there you go. That was $10. And I'm moving it over here. If someone doesn't buy it in the next 48 hours, I'm going to put it aside to test on my Presidium. I have a whole bag sitting to be tested with a Presidium because I know there's something. And if it's not really obvious, like agate, jasper, CZ, turquoise, coral, yada, yada, I need a Presidium. And that's a big investment, so I've been holding off. I'm going to be on another 30 minutes. Is there anything in particular that anyone really, I mean, you don't know what I have over here, but is there anything that you're looking for? That you want to tell me? Has anyone come in and gone back in the chat or back in the sale and seen or viewed is a better word for one of the items or more that hasn't sold and you want to drop it in the chat? Now would be a good time to start doing that. And you can always email me later. And inquire. I get emails after my sales all the time. So this is a very short one. Hold on. Thank you, Karen. I do that a lot. Look, my computer just turned me rosy pink. I don't understand my computer. So basic glass, basic chain. It is silver tone, and then it comes down to gold tone. Cute little daisies, right? And they're daisies, but they're also like crisscrossed. So it has a lot of movement, enameled. I think it's really cute, and it is very short. So it fits me as like a choker, but I would want either a slender neck or, give this to a teenager, right? Who in general, they have small necks. They haven't had children yet. They haven't, whatever. There's definitely adults out there who, didn't gain weight when they got pregnant and stay that way forever. That was not my story. But see, on me, now there's nothing wrong with this. There's nothing wrong with this. It is 14 inches and it just fits me. It's not choking me. It's right at 14 inches. And I think it's really pretty. I just think it would be prettier on a more slender neck. $9. I think it's from the 80s. 14 inches. Boom. Okay. It's going down. It's going down. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. Thank you for popping in and seeing what's going on. Okay, I have 2 of these. I brought one today. This is going to be, these are very popular because they are a Tibetan prayer wheel spinner. They seem to be very in and stylish right now, but they are not 925. So, but they are really cool. They are a man's bracelet. You can say your prayer, your mantra constantly, and I think they look really pretty. But they're not 925. And based on that, everything about them is fabulous. Everything about this style is wonderful. Everything about how they made it is really cool. But it is not 925. But it is really cool. This is a Tibetan symbol. It has to do with prayers, right? This is the closure. It's super heavy duty. I mean, this would be hard pressed to come off once it's linked. It's got a great kind of Cuban chain with that design in between each link. It's very thick. It's really cool. It's a large size. And then it comes over to here. That is what that clamps onto, around there. And right here is all these different Tibetan symbols. And you spin it while wearing it. And you're saying your mantras. You're saying your prayers. That is so cool. This is from, I think, 2025. Really well made. And then on the other side, it has the same design, but it doesn't spin on that side. And so it just, this opens. And then there you are. And then you spin. Say your prayers with your other finger. It's like a fidgety thing too, right? If you know someone who fidgets, a man who fidgets, this is great. Father's Day is coming. It looks like silver. These are all over the internet as really low priced and as 925 for really expensive. And because it says 925 on it, people are not checking. They are buying it as 925, but it is not. It fits me, so that means it's for a smaller man size. I mean, a woman could wear it, but I see this as a male's bracelet. Doesn't mean it has to be. So with fitting me at 7.25, that's a slender man. And there are a lot of slender men. Fact of the matter is, most men are the slender ones and the women are the large ones. Jack Sprat could eat no fat and his wife could eat no lean. That's where that comes from. So it's a really cool object. We've got 2 of them. If you've got someone that's got ADHD, that, is on the spectrum somewhere, my whole family's on the spectrum somewhere. Pretty much, I think we all are. It's a perfect fidgety thing. And if you say, your mantras instead of prayers, mantras are prayers, it's perfect. Hold on 1 second. It's time for me to take my Tylenol. Ugh. I hate Tylenol. Okay. This is Anne Klein. Anne Klein sales are tough today. They've been tough for the last week. And I attribute it to the end of the month, the beginning of the month, but also the state of the world. Right now, this is a really good price. And I know these sell for about $25. And this one, I believe, is vintage. Designer. So that was on Friday when I did all that talking about all that different stuff. I didn't get to designer. Designer objects are always, well, not always, but the big names, the Anne Lofts, the Anne Taylors, the Anne Kleins, the Gucci, so many names, right? They retain value because they are forever associated with something that people really want. And high design, high quality. So there is the Anne Klein AK hang tag. It is a toggle closure. And it is gold tone. And it's got this great paperclip design. So it's very much taking a page from the 1950s and 30s style of bracelets, in the way that they have the middle piece to articulate in between each one. But this style is called paperweight. These nice gold balls. It's really good. I think it's really nice, really petite. It looks like real gold. It is not, but it looks like it is. And it looks really good on. Look up this. In fact of the matter is, I could not find this Anne Klein. I found lots of other vintage Anne Klein and new Anne Klein jewelry. I could not find this paperclip one at all. I searched and searched and searched and searched. So, but the Anne Klein bracelets that I could find, going $25 to $30. So here's the toggle, and here is what it looks like on. Again, 7 to a 7.25 in size. So that's a 2 1/4 to 2 1/2 wrist diameter from here to here. Isn't that nice? It looks like gold. And it is really high quality, really well made. And I'm not going to drop the clasp. I kind of brought this as one of those pieces where I wanted to bring something where, you were getting a really, really good deal. And this was one of those. This will not come back at this price. So you've got 48 hours to claim it, but it will go back up in price. So I'm just going to see if anyone is interested in these. For $10, Barb, I told you about this. Barb. Barb. Oh, thank you, Barb. We talked about this. Thank you. Let me take it out of the box. I appreciate you, Barb. It's really, I think it's dainty, it's bold, it's understated, it's everything. So there you go. Thank you. It is, Karen. I know it is. I mean, I'm honestly like $30, right? But on Tuesdays, even though I sell, all my lower end stuff that's come out of, the big lots that I buy, etc. I throw in some stuff that's, a good deal for my friends, because our friends are the reasons we can be here, right? Thank you for saying that, Karen. I appreciate it. But I would not be here without all of you. So, if you sometimes get a deal and I can afford to cost average it out a little bit on Tuesdays, well, then I'm going to go for it. So I'm going to see if anyone is interested in these. Women can wear these. Men can wear these. Mother's Day is coming up. Father's Day is coming up. People who go into the office every day, bring the style back, okay? Bring this cufflink style back. Damascene. Bring it back. And I always spell this wrong. Just forgive me. Bring cufflinks back. Bring tie clips back. I have so many incredible, not just for me, just period. Like we brought the brooch back. The brooch is the number one accessory this year for men and women. Over here on YouTube, whatnot, etc. We did that. Hashtag bring back the brooch. So let's bring back the beautiful cufflinks and tie clips. These are Damascene. These are, I didn't put this over here. My computer is taking its time to adjust the light. Come on. You can do it, computer. Maybe it'll do it with just one. Look at how beautiful that is. So we all know about Damascene, right? Here is the cufflink. So you put it in your shirt collar button down here. And then you lock it in place by pulling that up. Boom, boom, down, up. And then it is jewelry for your shirt. You could also put it, I wear country shirts, jean, chambray, flannel with pockets. I could put these through the buttons right there. And similar to a brooch, I could wear that in the pockets of my shirt. 100%. They are absolutely beautiful. There you go. Look at the prongs even on these. These are vintage. These are beautiful. So I just wanted to see if anyone is interested. I have seriously about 30 sets and 20 random pieces of tie clips, cuffs, etc. I probably just need to list them all. Maybe I'll try doing a like short sale of just those items. But every time I bring them up, nobody seems to really be interested. So I don't know. I don't know. Okay. I love this. I don't know why y'all don't like it. Now, some of these items I can only bring today at this like under 10 because I got a really good deal from an incredibly kind and lovely reseller person. So it's the only reason I cannot always bring things this low that are of this quality of costume, but I can. I can for a little while on Tuesdays. But that often, generally my Buy It Now Tuesdays are low, but I mean, I have Buy It Nows that are more than 10. They're still much less than I asked, but they're more than 10. I freaking love this. I have dropped it to $8. These are so popular, y'all. Look at this. 1980s all the way, tying into the industrial punk rock new age music scene, but for like the moms and dads, for the people who were there when all of that was happening, but we're not going to wear the sync chain, ball chains around your neck or wrapped around your wrist. You were like in that time period with all that culture going on, but you wanted something more classy. You were going into the office, etc. Now, what is my deal? I always do this with items where I'm like, I can't undo it. There you go. Okay, so all you do is pull this up and undo it. It's a hinged cuff. This, honest to God, this should be going for like $25. I got a good deal. I'm offering it to y'all at pennies of its value. I don't think I asked more than 15 in the first go round. So then you just put it back like that, right? It's fitting on my wrist with a lot of room to spare. So first, before I close it, I want to show you how much room there is. So at all the way at the end, it would fit up to a 7.5. See that? And you can take it down to as small as, I believe, a 6.75, maybe even a 6.5. So let me close this at the very last one. Look at that. God, this is good. And 1980s. See, I was in the punk rock scene, so I was wearing the bathroom, chain that you put the bathtubs that you put the plugs in, or the sinks, the old ones. They're not so much around anymore unless you have a vintage house, that you put the plugs in and you pull it out, that chain. I was going into the hardware stores and buying that for 5 cents for 12 inches and wrapping it around my wrist and stuff. I was not wearing this. Nope, I was not. I was in the clubs at the punk rock scene. So closed this small going across, it says that it is 2, and Kathy Wiseman, if you're still here, what is the mark after 2 1/4 but before 2 1/2? What is that? 2 3/8? Maybe 2 3/8. But when I measure it long ways like this, it's only 2 inches. This is only 2 inches. So in order to be, so a 7.25 on me is a 2.5 inches across. So 2 inches brings it down to, 6.75. Becky, I'm right? Yay. Yay. So it can be as small or as large as you want. And it's solid. It has no issues of any kind. It's so good. Y'all, $8. Nobody wants it for $8. Oh, okay. If you're watching on the replay, 48 hours, because now that I don't wear chain from the hardware store around my wrist because I'm not a teenager anymore, I very likely am going to keep that. I could see wearing it. Okay. I've got still about 20 items in this box. Let's see how far I can get without, I already made dinner. See how my computer does this? I'm like all rosy pink. Like I have a filter. Do I look good, Mr. DeMille? Sorry, you have to be silly or you never get through a sale when you're a reseller, especially on days when nothing's selling. It's just like, you just have to be silly. You have to enjoy. Look, in all of life, you need to enjoy what you're doing, right? Or you should. Just having a job because it pays the bills, but you can't stand your job. Man, I never did that. I never had to do that. And I'm so grateful. I am so grateful to all of you that I get to do what I have done on and off for 30 years and indulge in my passion and be a part of this community. You have no idea. And to have the flexibility and the joy to do this, it's incredible. So this is, so thank you again. I mean that. And all the anniversary of my father's passing was March 8th. It's been on my mind a lot lately. My mom and dad, getting through the last 2 years of his life, living there full time as a caregiver with him. You know what got me through that? All of you and this business. This was my place that had nothing to do with all the medical and the emotional and spiritual turmoil and the ambulances and the hospitals and this was my rock, and it still is. And I love all of you for that. I could never repay you. So this is a herringbone. Might be gold plated. So many of these, it's not gold, it's electroplated, right? And it's just the smallest amount. And that's why I don't test them. It's nothing to really talk about. It's just this electroplated, tiniest, thin gold thing. This has been around, the electroplating of this, for so long. And what is it, you might wonder, right? It's going on and on. What is it? It is. I did not know at first. I literally was like, what the heck is this thing? It's padded in there. It's very solid. It's eyeglass holder. Yep. I love this. And I have a couple that are vintage. I think this one is probably 2000s. It is. Because a lot of people only need their glasses on for reading, right? They don't need them on. Like, I don't really need mine on to see a big screen TV, but if I want to read any comments in a sale on my phone or across the room on the TV, or when I'm driving, I need bifocals. Yeah. But if you are just at the place where you just need reading glasses, or let's say you need reading glasses, but you also wear bifocals. Well, this is, you attach the sides of your glasses to this, like the secretaries, and it's right there. Yep. I love this. I mean, my dad had this like big cord with a bead where you could make it tighter or looser, that then it snugs down over the arms of the glasses. And I could see that maybe it was comfortable on his neck, because he was a guy or whatever. I don't know. But I didn't like it at all. It just didn't do it for me. But this just reminds me of a bygone era. I know it's still out there. But something like this at even a CVS or a Walmart, it's going to cost you like $20. And you just put your glasses here and you fold them shut and they hang, right here. Boom. And you could turn it around and put it behind your neck, whatever, right? I think it's great. It's very lightweight and it's elegant. It's elegant. Eyeglass holder chain. And going down to right here, it is about 18 inches long. Yep. And I haven't brought them yet, but I have vintage. I have, I think, 3 pairs of vintage with like faux pearls and whatnot that I will be bringing. This is the only one I have that's somewhat modern. Okay. Okie dokie. Remember, I don't do recaps. So I always set a timer because with my back, I can only stay on for so long. So if you're interested in seeing, today is a super bargain day. Seriously, not all Tuesdays are $10 or under at all. So go look. Let me just stop and show you for a second an item that's coming on Thursday. Look at this incredible. These are wooden olive tone painted beads with tiger's eye beads in between. I doubled it so it would stay on my friend Molly. And that's tiger's eye beads with this abalone, and it's 2 colors. You can have it the darker side or the lighter side, really thick disc. Underneath is Australian crystal necklace. So that's an example of Thursday, right? Along with items. This is just sitting here from last week. These type of D&E Juliana, incredible glass and blue rhinestone AB. Look at that. These are this is glass. So good. So yeah. So Thursdays and Fridays is a whole different vibe. Look at that. Another damascene, but look at that. From Spain. Isn't that incredible? It's actually got strings and it's got the original metal here from hanging. I mean, yeah. So things like that will be coming. And then, of course, my vintage. Not that wasn't, but look at that. Yeah, I have to look up who the maker is of that. So I just want to show you that there's a reason to come back on Thursdays and Fridays. Tuesdays is bargain. Come on down. Thursdays and Fridays, whole different ballgame. Barb knows, if Barb is still here. Barb got so caught up in all the lovelies I was bringing. She was like, uh-oh, last time. I was like, uh-oh, what am I going to do? I got to check the ding up. There's a burn pile going on outside and just make sure. Oh, Melly, what's going on? Is anything going on? Oh, good. Okay, good. Just had to check on Melly. You all know Melly. Melly, by the way, Melly is doing just fine, everyone. She was on Sunday and she talked about stuff, and she's doing great. Her and I talk occasionally, and Melly is great. She is happy. Now, I've never brought these before, but I am going to offer them. These are awesome. These are like 1960s. Yeah. She just needed some time to, deal with her family emergency. And, she's doing really well. Everything's working out. And she's just taking some time to deal with that and clean up her house and her jewelry. And yeah, she's fine. Aren't these fabulous 1960s? This is such a good deal. They are thick, enameled, locking. They could be, so I'm saying 1960s. Talking about earlier, the whole 80s scene, they could be 80s. I'm not sure. They could be 80s. Anywhere from the 60s to the 80s. They are solid, but not heavy. These are so good. And I love wire earrings that lock. Yeah, Kathy, right? 60s. Kathy, I need a new fascinator. I got to talk with you, girl. Kathy used to make, and hopefully still does make, some of the best fascinators. Aren't these great? Kathy, I got to talk to you about that. They look to be over a brass or a copper in there. It barely shows. I mean, it doesn't show when you're wearing them, but right on the edge, you can just see a little bit of that color. And then I love when they lock. You put the earrings in and then you press it down in there and they're not going anywhere. These are so good. These are the things that are really hard to show how they look on your ear because they go sideways. Look at that. Summertime. Hot fun in the city. Running wild and looking pretty. Now, these would have gone great with my 1970s Candies shoes. Oh my gosh, because I had red Candies. We all know what they are. The Candy shoes, 5-inch platforms. These, and mine were not platforms. Mine were the heels. Oh my gosh. They weren't wood. They were plastic. Anyway, these are gorgeous. And they're not heavy. So, I mean, I could wear these with my older ear. No problem. That's something that I always talk about because as someone who's older, who's had so much in my ears that's heavy, I don't like to be uncomfortable. They are 1.5 inches long and 1.25 inches wide. And they're just fabulous. Oh, okay. Good, Kathy. So I want another one. And I'm going to hit you up with an email and tell you the kind of style. I don't want a whole headband somehow. I just want a feather fascinator. I can't, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. And maybe two, and I want to pay for them. I want to pay for them. And yeah, I'd like one for myself and a friend. Yep. Now, look, I took it out and I can't get it back closed. What is... Oh, good Lord. Sometimes it takes, like, I need an assistant here who's like, dummy, this is how you close that back up. $7. These are great. Okay. Okie dokie. How was the Derby party, Kathy? And did you ever, the last place we left off talking was you were trying to get a huge, like, chest of drawers into another room for your, like, journaling or something. I don't know. That was a long time ago. Did that ever get completed? Okay. Let's do a couple bracelets. I believe these are the older loomed ones. I don't think these are modern. That is my belief. And very 1970s, still happening in the 80s. I remember these well, and I think they're really fun. But y'all don't seem to think they're as fun as I do. So, oops, I need to say buy it now. Those are set. Kathy, what does that mean? Those are set. Kathy, what does that mean? Kathy, what does that mean? You didn't go, oh no, this fell. This is what I hate. Please, everyone, remind me that as a person with severe arthritis, I need to buy a grabber so that I don't lean down and hurt my back. Oh, the dressers. Excellent. Okay, because I was still I asked that question. I know I did. But I had also talked about the fascinators and the party, and then so I was like, wait a minute, let's go back in time. Gotcha. Okay. So your choice. And like I said, I want to say these are coming back into style. 80s. Everything 80s is coming back. So the first one is this one. This is clear. Well, they're not really clear. They're kind of a shiny white, almost a little bit of an AB color, if you will. A black, a purple, green, and it is very much Native American pattern. Now, does that mean that it was done by indigenous people? I doubt it, but I have no way of knowing that. I do not know the provenance on these. Has 2 places for your toggle. These are it's just that desert pattern. See, here's the end where they cut it off, but it's not coming apart. And this one was bought, but then the person a week later changed their mind. So they were a new customer, so I allowed that to happen, but making it very clear, this just fits me on the large one at a 7.25, so it would go down on the small one to a 7. And it is about it's about 1.25 inches wide, making it very clear that that's not actually how I roll. And that's not how any reseller rolls. If you put in a bid and you buy, you know, change your mind like right away, have buyer's remorse, do something, exchange it for an item, but don't come a week later and say, you know, I can't do it, because then what it really sounds more like to me is that, you know, you got too excited and you didn't budget well, and you know, it took me all that time and other people may have wanted the item, and you know, there goes my timer. So you know, if you really really are having like a financial problem, this one is bright pink, opalescent red and black, and it's like cherry red, and it's got 2 sets of toggles, or toggle closures, and there's the toggles, and it is more like 2 inches wide. Same deal. And anyway, so it takes a lot of work for us to do everything we do, to source, to research, to set up, to entertain you, to write a list, to invoice, to pack, to, you know, go to the post up, all of that. So just keep it in mind when you're making a bid, you know, that it's not a small thing. It's a big thing. You know, it's a really big thing. And so I know we get excited. There have been times, I love both of these, $7. There have been times where, many times actually, because I love jewelry, many times where I have purchased an item because I'm caught up in the moment and I'm like, oh, I want that. And then later in the day, I'm like, why did I do that? I'm not supposed to be spending money. What did I do? But you know what? I made a commitment that I was going to purchase it. And so then it's mine. Too bad. You know, I mean, I've done that many times. So I'm like, you know, but that's on me. I needed to keep my hands tucked under my behind, and I didn't. So, Kathy, now you have to take the old water stand. Oh, refinish it for your daughter. An old water stand? You mean like the old stands where you washed with the bowl and where you pour the water in the morning and wash your face and stuff? That sounds so cool. Okay, I'm going to get through about another 4 or 5 items, y'all, and then calling it, and I'll see you on Thursday. If there's a particular item that someone is looking for, please and thank you to let me know, because I always have this huge eclectic. I think I'm going to keep this till Tuesday. I haven't shown it yet. I always have this huge pile of stuff because, yeah, if you're a reseller, you know that we always have so much going on. Tug, are you talking to me? Okay, this is sad. But I feel it's fair. Oh, got you, Kathy. Okay. The big water urns sit on top. Yeah, gotcha. Gotcha. You know, my homestead that I live at is sleeping lofts, and I have seriously considered buying, you know, an old bowl and a water pitcher and all that for like brushing my teeth at night, because, you know, with my back, I go lay down after sales, and I bring my dinner up there because I have to put my legs up, all this stuff. Anyways, I've considered it, but the problem is then you have to carry the dang bowl or the pitcher or both because you want to clean it down the stairs every day. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't think that's the greatest idea, right? So anyway, I'm working through thinking about it. You got to think about how to deal with your ADLs when all this is happening. So this is a older micro mosaic brooch. This is like a safety pin closure. So I guess it is older because it's got so much going on and it's tiny. It's just not usual that you see the safety pin closure, but you can see, look at the crudeness over here. Boy, my dog is really talking over there. What's up, Tug? Now, why is this only $10? This is only $10. And it is a beautiful older one. Look at the designs. It's upside down. Let me change it. Because it's missing one tiny rod right there. And there's no way I can fix that. I'll also tell you this, though. That's the only place, right? Hold on. Let me look with my loop. It's over here. Yeah, that did not. Okay, the other place is built up with material. So it's just in that one spot. I just wanted to make sure. So this is an older, right on the borderline of tourist trade. It has these intricate, this is a moon and star. This is a flower. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Then this flower and this teeny tiny, and this, look how tiny those are, the fused ones. And it too is, it's got the wire wrapping. I didn't test if it's gold or not, so I don't know. I did pick one up that was 14 karat gold, and the people bid it up, thank goodness, because I put it in at 20 and then realized it was 14 karat gold. This is beautiful, but it's missing that one specific little piece. Even if I found a bead that was comparable to this and glued it in there, it just would never look right. But what I want to say about it is this is $10 and no one's going to notice that that piece is gone. And if they do, you can just say, oh no, it just fell out or what. I mean, you literally, I have teeny tiny trade beads. Do I have that one around here right now? No. But I have, teeny tiny trade beads that, I got at the flea market in the 70s. And I have so many beads like that in my jewelry. I'm going to be repairing and making jewelry also starting this month. I could put something in there. And it would match fairly well, but it would never be perfect. So for $10, you ever wanted one? Here it is. Still pretty. Yep. Here you go. Kathy, I do have a topsy-turvy. No, Kathy, there you go. So anyways, this is gorgeous. It's about 2.5 inches. It's older. It's everything. It's $10. It is missing a piece. I mean, I ask $20 to $30 for these. So I don't know. Maybe I wind up putting it on something of mine. I have brooches on everything. Thank you, Kathy. I mean, oh, Becky. Thank you, Becky. It is so pretty. I mean, it's really pretty, and it's right in that 50s era. It's right at the edge of the tourist trade. It's still tiny, but it's just starting, and it's got the safety pin closure. So there, Tug. Tug, come here. Say hi. You're going to leave? See my dog? Nope. He decided to leave. He's like, I'm out of here, Mom. I don't know. I mean, he wasn't even in here. I don't know. Then he came in here. Then he decided he didn't want to be here. I don't know what his deal is. Okay, these are fun and funky. These are a buy it now, and I'm going to have a huge Plastic Fantastic sale also. I just, there's so much to do, so little time. Oh. I love these. I didn't realize these were acrylic at first. Took me a little bit of playing with them to realize that. And they have the old style vintage rhinestone balls. And because they're acrylic, they still have all the shine. They still have all the carving. They still have all the sparkle going on. But they're super lightweight. Look at the quality of the stones. Actually, the way they're cut is very much like a Rivoli cut. See that? The rhinestones. It's very much like Rivoli. But because it is, and they're just clear, but because it is acrylic, I mean, it could be, or it could just be really good at mimicking it, but it's really good. Silver tone. And then you have this clear. This is cut and carved. Cut and carved. Everyone is a different shape. I like this just long one right here. And then the bottom. Pamela. Yes, Kathy, I'm 100% going to do that. And Pamela has bought them. Look at that. They're so, I mean, see the light on my hand down there? They're so fun. Pamela has bought them. Yes, the Fantastic Plastic sale. You betcha. Thank you, Pamela. These are fun. Oh, you know what? I did something wrong. What did I do, y'all? I'm going to have to go back and I put everything in the right bags. But I think I missed an item that sold to Pamela, writing it down. So after the sale, I'll just look in her bag and I will put myself on triple time and go through and look. I did something. Thank you, Pamela. What was it? It was either, I think it was Pamela, because this is the first item I have written down for you, Pamela, and that's not right. I know that's not right. The Indian wedding. That's it. I got it. All I had to do was go look at the bag. Wow. My dog and cat are playing. Indian wedding earrings, and they were $4, Pamela, right? I'm pretty sure they were $4. And I think that's the only item that I did not write down. Yep. Nope. No. See? I knew it. I'm like, this is I'm chew 8 snake. No, and the snake chain. 8. Oh, I will. Thank you, Kathy. I'd love to go see what you did with your beads. Yep. 8 snake chain necklace. Look at that. And Pamela, do you remember how much this one was? Was it 8 or 10? I think it was 8. I can't believe I put them in bags. I've got, everything in the right place. That I did. But then I looked at my pad and I'm like, wait a minute. Pamela bought several items. What the heck is going on? 10? Okay, thank you. Honest to gosh. It's my fibromyalgia. It takes a dang village. Okay. Now I've got it all caught up and correct. I knew it. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of my village today, Pamela. Okay. I just want to do 2 more items. My dog, I don't know what his Tug. Shh. I don't know what he's doing and why he's doing that, but it's driving me nuts. Let's do 1, 2. I'm going to do 3. 3 items and then I'm done. 2 earrings that are interesting and a necklace. Okay. Buy it now. Sliver. Tug. I have no idea what's up with my dog. I mean, I think he wants the cat to come down and play, and the cat is like, I don't want to. So, these are interesting. I didn't test these. I believe they're silver tone pierced earrings. They have a lot of detail. They are very thin. I didn't test them. They are older. They are vintage. It's, they're, as far as I know, I don't even think I ever even took them off the card to look at the backs and see if they said anything. And they don't, but on the front, they're super shiny. But on the back, you can see the leaves and everything, the stems and the veins coming through. It's possible. It's vaguely possible that has some sterling silver going on. But I'm not sure. And they're just teeny tiny little, weigh nothing. It's more likely that they're just thin silver tone metal. But they're really pretty. They're very detailed. And they're just a nice, lightweight little pair of earrings. $2. I like them. They're not even quite half an inch in diameter. They kind of, in there, see all the veining? They really highlight everything. Yeah, I think they're really pretty. So, moving on. Moving on. I just grabbed items at random, y'all. Buy it now. Again, this is one of the items that surprised me. I think I showed it 3 times, and I was really surprised. This is back from like the 60s. My mother used to wear, and it has been restrung onto metal. It definitely originally was on cord. My mother had, are these anise seeds? Is that what these long ones are? These are seeds, seed pods. And this might be anise. I can't remember. And this, I'm pretty sure this is milk glass. I don't think it's porcelain. I think it's milk glass. And I do not know what type of seed these big round ones are. And this is really long. And this is very darkened. I wish my computer light would adjust. Let's see if it'll adjust. Come on. Come on, come on. Adjust. Boy, there. These are usually a lighter brown in color. This has just been worn so much, even with the clear coat. It's darkened over the years. So, let me show you the whole thing. I always like to show you that little bit of detail. And yeah, see, it has a totally new, huge lobster clasp and little end things, and it's on metal. This has been restrung. It probably was someone's mother's, and they restrung it. This is like totally 1960s hippie wear. I love this, and it's long and just really boho, summertime, layering. You could probably double this. Let's see. I'm right at the end, so I'm wondering. I can't imagine why you couldn't. Yep. Look at that. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Wow. And then as long as you're at that, you could go ahead and put like a brooch on the side if you want, or just leave it like that. Wow. So if this is like this doubled 14, it's about 26 to 28 inches long. Wow. This really appeals to me now. Now I'm like, wow. Reminds me of my mother. It doubles like that. Now I'm thinking maybe I should keep it. And if you were just going to wear it long, it comes all the way down to right here. But I would want to double it. I don't even think I would want to do the thing with like a brooch in the middle. Although you could, and you could tie a knot in it, you know, and get like, right? There's a lot of things you could do. I love this. Oh, now I'm really interested in this. I don't even know what that is, Kathy. Thank you very much. Kathy is could be poinciana? poinciana. What is that, Kathy? What is a poinciana? All I could think of was a star of anise, which didn't seem quite right, but remember these, the 60s and 70s? They were everywhere. Is that what you're talking about? These ones or these? You're talking about the round or the long? Yeah, anyway, I love this. And doubled like that, it's loose, not tight. That was perfect for the summer. Perfect. Nobody wants this. I can't. Wow, that was perfect. I'm super impressed with how good that looked. The long ones, poinciana. Well, Kathy, I'm going to look that up. I think that seed bead necklace is probably either going to hang out with me and or go back in my stuff and come back out later. Yep. These are really, these were my mom's. Poinciana. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Poyon? Sienna? Don't know. These are cool. I'm assuming 70s. Thank you. Oh, but not poinsettia. Interesting. I'm assuming 1970s. And you know what? You know what? I'm positive these are from the 1970s, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Those are awesome. So that's enameled, light blue, and like baby blue. And guess what? I know where she got these. What are these? Anyone want to take a guess? What are those? What are those? She bought these on Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley. Or someone did as a present for her. Thank you, Kathy. These are pennies. These are pennies. You can see on the back. They're pennies. See the copper? This was a total thing that started earlier, but was huge in the 70s, 60s, and 70s, that people did art with coins. See that? That's a penny. Has a little bit of clear coat and enameling over it. Yep. How cool is that? Enameled penny, copper penny earrings from Telegraph Avenue in Berkeley. $10. Dang, that's cool. If I had known that these were pennies, they wouldn't be in my $10 buy it now. Wow. That makes me so happy. That's so cool. There was a train track that went through, where my dad was a retired professor from UC Davis. There was a train track, and all the parents said, stay away, from the train track. So these 48 hours, and then they're going up in price because I didn't realize that they were that cool 70s pennies art. But you get a good deal right now. All the parents told this kid, stay away, don't do this. But of course, then they would show us how to do it when they were with us. So of course we did it. We knew, the train came through at the same time every day. And, we would go with our pennies and put them on the tracks and then run away down the thing far away because the pennies would go flying out and you could get like seriously hurt. And then after the train went by, which took, 15 minutes or so because they were long freight trains, we would go look and find our pennies, and it was so much fun. Okay, everyone. Well, that is everything that I brought on my, buy it now. Let's clear it out. Let's give some good deals. Tuesday, if you're watching on the replay and you see anything you like, the prices are good for 48 hours, which means until Thursday. And email me, mscwalker@att.net, and let me know. And Thursday will be my medium with, some affordable mixed in always, costume and, semi-precious. And Friday will be my high end. And like I said, this week, Friday, I won't be doing much of a chat because I really dove down pretty deep last week. So I need to make sales this week, if at all possible. This is how I support a large part of my existence. Thank you. Bye, Becky. Bye, Kathy. Bye, Karen's. Karen's probably long gone. Have a good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon somewhere. Ciao.